You stop telling them the small things, not the arguments, the small things. A song you heard that made you think of something. A strange dream. A moment that was briefly beautiful. You kept it to yourself, and it didn't feel like withholding. It just felt easier. That's the moment. That's when you already knew. It doesn't announce itself. There's no single night you can point to, no door slamming, no dramatic ending. It's more like a slow leak. You notice the conversation has a ceiling now. You stay on the surface because going deeper feels like too much work for what you'll get back. And you tell yourself you're just tired, that everyone gets tired. But there's a particular kind of tired that isn't about sleep. It's the exhaustion of performing a version of yourself for someone who used to just know you. You used to walk in and not have to explain anything. Now you rehearse things before you say them. You pick the version that will land cleanly, that won't need a whole conversation afterward. That rehearsal is a signal. Something in you already left the room. There's a word for what you do instead of leaving. You stay, but you shrink your investment. You stop making long-term plans. You take the weekend trip off the calendar in your head, even though it's still written down. You stop picturing them at things 6 months from now. This isn't cruelty. It's the psyche doing what it has to do, protecting you before you've given it permission. The psychologist Dorothy Tenov, who spent years studying romantic attachment, noticed that one of the last things to go is not love, it's hope. People stay in relationships long past the love because they're still, quietly, hoping something will shift. And when the hoping stops, not loudly, not with a speech, just quietly stops, like a held breath finally released, that's closer to the real end than any argument ever was. You start noticing other lives, not romantically necessarily, just noticing. The friend who seems lighter, the version of yourself you were before you got so used to managing someone else's moods. You catch yourself thinking what it would feel like to just be. Not to be with anyone in particular, just to be a person in a room without the low-grade hum of something unresolved. And still, you stay, because knowing is not the same as being ready. The knowing lives in the body, in the way you used to reach for them without thinking. And now you have to remind yourself. In the way their name on your phone used to feel like a small gift, and now you need a second before you answer. The knowing is quiet and patient. It waits. Saying it out loud is a different kind of act entirely. Because the moment you say it, it stops being a private grief and becomes a shared one. You have to hand them the ending. And some part of you keeps postponing that moment out of something that looks like hope, but is really closer to mercy. For them, and if you're honest, for yourself too. So you keep showing up. You have the ordinary conversations. You make dinner. You say goodnight. And underneath all of it, the knowing sits, not cruel, not urgent, just present. Like a light left on in a room no one's using anymore. You walk past it every day and you know eventually someone will have to go in and turn it off. The ending you say out loud is not the ending. The ending already happened. In a quiet moment you can barely name. Maybe the night you didn't share the song. Maybe the morning you woke up and lay there and felt nothing in particular. The saying of it is just the last step in a process your heart completed quietly, on its own schedule, long before you gave it words.